Holy mackerel. Okay, I briefed you last year at Forecast Industry talking about PEO GES. It took me longer to get up here on the stage today than it will to go through my slides. So real quickly, what I'd like to do is kind of set the stage because I only have one slide that talks about upcoming major acquisitions for the PEO. I don't want you to get the perspective that because I've only shown one slide, I really don't have any interest in what industry has to offer or has to say in terms of providing enterprise services to the Department of Defense. My job is really to look at enterprise services from a holistic DoD perspective. And everything you've heard over the last couple of days in the sense of the enterprise services are where we need to go. We need to be looking at this from a cloud perspective, et cetera, et cetera. That's our task, is to provide those enterprise services. And so that's been a mind shift for us in some respects because up until last fall, we were focused on a program called Net-Centric Enterprise Services. Some of you participated in that. Others sort of looked on to see what was going on. Once we finished up with NCES last fall, we sort of took a slightly different approach from an enterprise services perspective, and we started not looking at things from a programmatic perspective, i.e. this program called NCES. It's a formal ACAT 1 program with all the acquisition trappings, and et cetera. And we really started to look at it as what are the discrete set of capabilities or enterprise services that we need to be offering the department, and not necessarily say how they all are part of one program, but how each of those add value and how do we integrate them in such a way so that they're complementary to each other as well as move in the direction that we think we need to go in terms of providing enterprise services. So my focus area and my target space, if you will, has expanded to enterprise services at large, not just what NCES was that you may have been familiar with in the past. So our role going forward is operating and sustaining those capabilities that were developed and provided via NCES, but it's also expanding in the sense of bringing on additional capabilities, some of the things that are coming out of the JCTD process, as well as things that we are standing up our own. And so as we go forward, what I'm looking for from industry is really that new think that says, here's a capability that will support you in terms of making your capabilities better, faster, cheaper, but it's also here's other capabilities that are complementary to what you have that may not have been on the drawing board a year or two ago, but certainly if you added this other feature, it will expand your capability. It will accelerate the speed of data out to the edge. Think about your critical capabilities that you've got. How can they apply to enterprise services? How can you make our capabilities better? That's what I need from you folks. I need your think. I need your intuition, your wisdom in terms of making our capabilities better. And it does cover the waterfront of enterprise services. It's not just localized to a particular community of interest. We have to support the C2 community. We have to support the logistics community. We have to support the administrative community. There was a lot of discussion today about, from Richard Hale, on access management. Our PEO has the technical lead for IDAM. So kind of give you an idea that we are sort of a broad waterfront set of capabilities and focus areas that one vendor or one or two vendors aren't going to be able to cover it. I need all of your thoughts, all of your ideas to help me go forward. And to piggyback on a comment that Martin said, when you come in to talk to us, and I really encourage you to come talk to us, I need you to understand our space. I need you to help us understand how your capability will fit into our space and make our space better, easier to work in, et cetera. If you leave it up to me to figure out how your capability is going to be applicable in my arena, you know, I'm probably not going to give it the same level of justice and attention that you could do it by coming to me and say, given how you do identity and access management, here's how my capability fits in within that framework, and if you do this, it gives you this capability you didn't have before. So please come in, see us, but come in educated in the sense of where we're trying to go, what we need from a skill set perspective, and make it very apparent to us how you feel your capability solves that niche that we need to solve. So let me go into what are this is my major procurement for the year. It is a program support contract. We expect it to be a firm fixed price set aside for small business. Right now, data systems analyst has the job. This was a capability or contract that was put in place under in the time frame when NCES was a ACAT 1 program. So it was quite honestly a acquisition focused formal program support office, et cetera, doing all of those formal ACAT program activities. As we go forward with this contract, we have to continue some of those functions of a formal ACAT program because NCES is in sustainment and we still have some things we have to do from an acquisition perspective. But I have changed things around slightly for this contract support activity to be more of a PEO support structure in the sense of providing the business office as well as the programs strategy, funding lines, all of those program support type activities, but it's from a PEO level, not just a program level now. So it would be providing support across the total set of capabilities we have in the PEO. We expect to have the start date third quarter of FY12. So that is my major activity this year coming up. So that's my spiel. Open to any comments, questions you may have. Okay, I don't see anybody moving or hands going up, so thank you very much.